We have to learn to let go and allow life to happen through us without any judgments, without any preconceived notions, just allowing life to be what it is.
We're finding who we are. We choose between the left and right, the ups and downs, the darkness or the light. We're finding who we are.
There's only one reform in life. When you and I stop living from our heads, you and I are here for one very solid reason, and that is to learn to be loving.
We're finding our way together, just you and me.
Namaste. We have a brand new series we want to share with you called I Gotcha. And in this particular program, we're going to explore the idea that no matter where I go, there I am. Be with us, won't you? Ready? I'm not ready. Are you ready, Greg? Yes, I'm ready. Are you? No? Are you? Ah! I don't know who I am. Okay, I'm ready. Ow! I feel good. Na, 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 na. What are you doing on Sunday mornings? If Socrates had said that, he would have been a really smart guy. Blasphemer! Would you believe this is a religious program? It's not. Around, around, around we go, and all of our beliefs tell us so. Gotcha. What do you think of Aspire? Let things roll, let things happen, let the gods come down and do your thing. Come on, like that. Ooh, baby. Sock it to me, gotcha, 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 gotcha. That was good. I gotcha. Hi, we're here in this beautiful bookstore, the Bookworks, here in Flower Hill in Del Mar. And often when I've had a busy time, I like to come here, relax, listen to the crinky floors, and escape into the books. I found this one, Around the Day in 80 Worlds. This is something you could use, Jimmy. You read that. Yeah, it has pictures and connect the dots, everything he can read. You know, the thing that is really important about my life, as I'm sure you can see in your life, is that there are times when we need to escape. But as I'm beginning to look at my life more and more, and the older I get, the more I'm beginning to find out somehow within myself that I want to escape more and more and more. In fact, my whole life has been to escape. But I'm wondering where I'm escaping to. So I've been playing with this whole idea of escape. Where am I going? Do you know, no matter where you go, there you are? And have you ever thought that after you get done with a book and you close it for the last time, that you're stuck with yourself again? Even when you go to the movies, when the lights go up, there you are. A lot of our life is escape. I know a lot of men who escape into money. You know a lot of women probably who escape into Estee Lauder. Oop, can I say Estee Lauder? I can say Estee Lauder, can I? Yeah, what? Show suit, right. Well, maybe we'll make some money on this program after all. It doesn't really matter. The escape is the most important thing seemingly in our life. Look at our culture, our society. Our clothes that we wear, everything that we do is try to be something that maybe we are not right now. It doesn't seem like we honor too much the whole idea of who we are and what we are. We don't seem to want to escape into ourselves. And isn't that what the journey of life really is all about? To escape into who we are, to be with who we are, to encounter ourselves. We don't look for the encounter of ourselves, we look for the escape of ourselves. And what is it that makes us feel like we have to escape? Well, maybe it has a little bit to do with unfulfilled expectations. Maybe we feel a little inadequate about our life. Maybe a part of us feels as though that there's something really wrong with who and what we are. So we go to escape ourselves. Some people escape into drugs and alcohol. There are many ways in which we do it. Religion is another one, politics. There's all sorts of ways in which we escape, but no matter what, no matter how we try to abandon ourselves, there we are. And the bottom line of our life is that we get no more than who we are and what we are. So what can we do about all this? Maybe the object is not to try to escape, but to be with ourselves. The most frightening thing in the world is not where are we going or what's going to happen to us. I find out from many people that the most frightening thing in life is finding out that we are in our life. We are responsible for our life. And the things that happen to us in life happen to us because of the person that we are, not because outer conditions have really anything to do with it. No matter where you go, there you are. You take yourself. And the more I try to change things in my life because I'm unhappy with the way things are, isn't it interesting how they always revert back to the kind of person I am? There are some people in life who are so unhappy with themselves that they try to make a better life for themselves. Americans are obsessed with the better life. But what is a better life or a good life? Is it escaping into money and objects, cars, neighborhoods, children, people, things? You know what's really interesting about life is that no matter how hard I work, I will always reduce things down to what I think of myself and what I'm ignoring about myself. What I ignore inside of me is going to become very pronounced somewhere in my life. Most of us ignore love. We want love. We want love to come into our life. We want feelings in our life, but we ignore them. We go for emotion. We will go for objects and things, but we don't go for the thing that really helps us to touch our feelings, to move with our feelings, to have happiness in our feelings. So we escape. And people who escape a great deal never seem to find anything in their life. I've escaped a lot, I admit it. I've escaped into work. I've escaped zoning out watching TV and football. I once watched a football game, an entire game, zoned out so long I didn't even know who played or what the score was at the end of the game. I was so entrenched in just wanting to get away from myself. Now I'm starting to move towards myself instead of away. Sometimes it's a bitter pill to swallow what I see. But you know something? There's something in it. There's me, and I am the source of myself. And I need to remember to lighten up a little bit about it. Well, I've lost my sense of humor about who and what I am. Have you at times? I've let people take the smile off my face because I was too busy trying to please them, to escape into their opinion of what they thought of me or what they wanted out of me. So maybe rather than escaping, we ought to encounter and meet ourselves for the first time. And in this program, we're going to do a little bit of that. We're here at the Bookworks, and I'm going to go escape into the back with a few more books and eat lunch. Can I eat lunch now?
No, and you're not done. You got about 30 more seconds.
30 more seconds? I got 30 seconds to fill? I'm done. I'm done escaping, and I'm done trying to please you. I'll be right back. We're going to go over here. You stay here. Don't follow me. I told you not to follow me. Why are you following?
Stay with them.
You cannot follow me? I know. Anyway, I'm really grateful you chose to be with us in this segment of Aspire. I'm going to go over here, read a book, hide for a few minutes, then I'll be back, and I'll tell you how you can not hide from yourself, because, you know, if I go over here... Welcome back. No matter where you are, there you are. It's a thought, isn't it? And it's one that confuses a great many of us because we've worked so hard at trying to be anywhere but where we are. I have a Cocker Spaniel at home. Her name is Noelle. Everybody in the congregation knows about her. You've seen her on the program. Her middle name is Noelle, anywhere but here, Penn. She's never happy where she is. She's always looking for something more. And I can't help but think that's the way our mind works a great deal. It's never happy with where it is. It always wants more. I went to school just like you did. I went to college just like most of you did. And the whole idea was to study everything that was outside of us. The things that affected us was the idea. Be educated in the things that would affect you. Be good at something that would affect you. Do you know what? Nothing that I ever studied in college ever affected me as much as I affect me. And no one ever told me anything about me. My mother, my father, they talked about my behavior, but they never talked to me about who I was. When was the last time you took a look inside yourself and asked yourself who you are, and maybe discovered who you are? I think a lot of us have been fooled into the idea of thinking that we're everything that everybody told us we are. Who was the last person that told you who you were? We always like to hear what other people have to say about us, don't we? Especially our friends. Because our friends are the people who condone us, who tolerate us, who validate us. But the other people who say things about us that we don't like to hear, those are the people we call our enemies, or that we make fun of, or that we say are not nice people. I don't think any of them have anything to do with the truth of us. None of them. When you and I begin to go inside of ourselves, we begin to see that the truth of us has nothing to do with what other people are thinking or saying or doing about us. That the major effect in our life, in a sense, what's going on around us, is the concepts and the theories and the beliefs that we hold about ourselves that may have nothing at all to do with what we are really. I've heard a lot of opinions about me from many different people. I'm always astounded at what people see in me or what they don't see in me. And you know something? I have a little theory here. And the theory is, don't believe your own press. Forget about it. Everybody's got an opinion. My life is a result of the things that are going on inside of me. And one of the most important things that I can learn to do is have a relationship with who I am. That's not something that people teach us. In fact, we're taught the opposite. Don't have a relationship with ourselves. But if I don't have an essential relationship with the person that I am, how will I ever know why things happen in my life the way they do? Things just don't happen. We don't live this fatalistic kind of life where good things happen to us because God wills it, or good things happen to us because we affirm it, and bad things go away because we deny them. Things happen. We've all seen the bumper sticker. Things happen. But they don't happen because we're good or bad. We're not rewarded or punished for our behavior. Things happen to us because we're either ignoring who we are or we're paying attention to who we are. And here's a little experience I found in my life. When times are difficult and pain is immense, it's there because I'm ignoring a certain part of myself. I'm not acknowledging it. And the pain or the situations that are coming to me that are painful are there because I'm ignoring it. I'm saying that doesn't exist, or I don't want to look at it. What are we afraid of anyway? What are we afraid of in looking inside of ourselves and finding out maybe why things are the way they are? I think we've been conned into thinking that what we are is frightening or bad. I don't know where we get this. I think we were created out of goodness, out of light. I think that the beauty that lives within us is yet to be discovered. And yes, it's true that there are some parts of us that are pretty dark. Everybody has a dark part to them. But that doesn't mean we're a bad person. We let people get us. The I gotcha in life is that we let other people dictate to us who we are and our personality rather than finding out who we are on our own. Do a little experiment for yourself. Start living from the inside out, not from the outside in. Start living, for example, instead of letting things affect you, you affect them. What do you bring to the situation? Do you bring to the situation hurt, pain, confusion, anger, resentment? Have you ever noticed when you're working on a project, if you're in a bad frame of mind, or you're angry, or you're unresolved about something in your emotional nature, that you bring that to the situation, and all of a sudden now, all your eyes see are the things that you bring, the quality that you bring to the situation. And then we look at the situation, we go, well, if it wasn't this way, and if it wasn't that way, and if they hadn't said this, or if they hadn't said that, I wouldn't be thinking and feeling the way, it's hogwash. Begin to look inside yourself and begin to see, I bring a quality to every experience that I'm in, and that quality that I bring to the experience is what it turns out to be to me. Now, you can do whatever you want with that. If you bring a light approach to it, you're going to be happy. If you bring a dark approach to it, it's going to seem rather grim. But you and I are the ones that determine that. Well, I think I've said everything I wanted to say on the subject. Can I go to lunch now? I still can't go to lunch. I have 30 seconds. What? Give me that. What is that? Sitting Bull? That has a lot. Maybe that has a lot to do with me. Listen. Sitting Bull here is going to go eat lunch. We'll be back in a moment, and then I'm going to give you some how-tos on how to make this all happen. So if you're interested, stick around, and if you're not and want to suffer more, go have a V8. I'm going to go over here and eat. That was pretty good, huh? You like that? How many more seconds do we have?
Get off.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Here at Boots and Baggage. Thought I'd come here and take a look at some of their neatsy stuff. They have some gorgeous things here. And the whole idea is very appealing to me when I have problems of packing up my troubles and trying to hide by moving somewhere or going somewhere. But you know something? All we ever really do when we pack up our troubles is we pack up a lot of the stuff that we're resisting and suppressing, and we make them much worse than what they are. Life isn't half as bad as we like to make it, because we take everything that troubles us and we make it much more than what it is, because what we're trying to do is suppress it. I've noticed in my own life, if I've suppressed things, they always come back. What you do suppress, we will express. Well, it's a very true statement. Let me give you a couple of how-tos on this. This is very important stuff. The greatest trouble you and I will ever have is trying to find answers outside of ourselves. You know, the problem that we have is an invention of our mind in the first place. And usually the answer is the same thing. Don't be looking for answers or solutions to your life. Rather, begin to live your life. Not as a problem, but as an opportunity. And there's something very beautiful in crisis and problems. There's the opportunity for change. Change like we've never known it before. But when I'm more interested in trying to find an answer to my problem, a solution to whatever it is that's troubling me, I miss the opportunity of the crisis. And the crisis is a very important moment. It's saying to me, Gregory, wake up. Take a look at something else that you haven't looked at before. Most of us would rather ignore our lives. Isn't that interesting? We ignore the thing that is trying to get our attention. We don't play with it. Every problem is a kind of a gotcha. Something is trying to say to you, hey, wake up, play with this, fly with this a little bit. Inside every bag, there is nothing but me. There aren't any answers in here, and there aren't any answers out there. The answer is to go inside of ourselves and find the source of who we are. Although I like this bag, I think I'll take this one with me. Maybe, if we begin to not escape our problems, but be with our problems, we'll find a quick answer to who and what we are. And then we don't have to suffer so much. Come on over here with me. Maybe what I need to do is not escape so much, although I'd like to escape with this bag. This is awesome. Maybe what I need is an image change. Maybe that'll make me feel better. Bud, can I try this hat on? This is happening. This is a hat that'll change my whole life. If I wear this, huh?
Hey, partner.
It's you.
Hey, partner. What do you think, huh? How bud?
No,
Not gonna change?
not gonna do it.
All right. You can take my hat. Oh, that saved me $300. Well, maybe if I'm honest with myself, I can see that it's not a change in the image that's going to make my life different. Maybe something else has to change inside of me. And that's the interesting thing about us. We'll change everything in our life, but the thing that really needs changing. We'll change how we look, where we live, we'll work harder, we'll do everything we possibly can to try to make our life different, and yet we still remain the same. Have you ever noticed how you and I live in a circle, kind of a rat's cage, and we go round and round and round? Circumstances seem to change, but everything seems so familiar to me. Everything always goes back to me. I think we're a lot like ping pong balls. We like to kind of go from this court to this court to this court to this court with our thinking. And we'd like to think if our behaviorism changes, or we take on a new thought, or we don't think a certain thought, that we have changed. You and I don't change because our thoughts have changed. We change, really change, when we change where we work from, where we originate from. And if I originate from here, I'll always be thinking that what I think and what I do is the big change in my life. But the big change is where I live from. And if I start to live from here, real changes start to occur. So don't be looking for a new image. Nah. Don't be looking for a new image. Be looking for where you work from. Become acquainted with yourself a little bit. Some people like to think that if they had a new truth, that they'd change. Not real, unreal. The real opportunity of life is to work from feelings. And when feelings become real to us, and we start living from our heart more than the head, we make the most significant changes that can be made. We start living from our own significance. One other little thing about this thing about wherever I am and wherever I go, I find myself, there I am. Please remember, there's no perfect place in life but where you are. Don't be trying to change places with anyone. Don't envy others for what you think they have or where they are. Be with yourself. Love your own life. And when we're not busy trying to look outside of ourselves for things to happen to us, the miracle of life happens. We find that things are already happening to us, and we have everything that we've always wanted. I'm going to go in there. I need some alone time. Maybe if I go in there, I can escape what's out here. I'll see you later. Thanks for being with us. Oh, rats. I'm in here too. I'm on the ropes.
So talk to it. Be with the luggage. Or be the luggage.
I am the luggage. Well, welcome back. I've been trying on these boots. Can you get a shot of this, Mitch? Come a little closer. You got to see these boots. See the tip on that puppy? That's what every single teacher should have. Boy, I'll tell you, that'll get you some respect, huh? You know, you're a very important person. Sometimes we forget about how important we are. There's a vast difference between being important as a human being and thinking you're important. The importance of you is that you have something to give to the world, and it comes from within yourself. Never forget your devotion to your inner work, your practice of kindness, your practice of meditation, and your practice of forgiveness. They're very important qualities. And then wherever you are, it won't matter, because there you are, and you will bring a richness to every situation that you come into. We're going to continue next week. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you on Aspire.